Hi everybody, welcome back to class. We are going to start today's class with a quick would you rather question. So I'm going to give all of you an index card, and on the side with no lines I'd like you to write your name, and after I read the question I'd like you to either put a 1 for option 1 or 2 for option 2. Now, I'm only going to display this for a quick second, so think quickly. Would you rather have 362 cookies and 535 donuts, or 211 cookies and 722 donuts? Now think quick. I'm going to collect them quickly. Now at the end of the class, I am going to pass these back to you because today we are going to be learning how to add within 1,000 using expanded form. And after the lesson, I'm going to pass those back and you are going to check your work to see if you chose the correct answer. Now let's read our objective together. Given a worksheet, students will be able to add 3-digit numbers using expanded form with 6 out of 8 correct or 75% accuracy. So after today's lesson, I'm going to give you each this worksheet right here, and you're going to complete it independently, of course, keeping our objective goal in mind. Now, before starting today's lesson, I want to go over some prior knowledge that's going to be super important. What can you guys tell me about place value? Raise your hand and I would choose Joseph. What do you know about place value?
It's ones, tens, hundreds, thousands.
Yes, numbers can be broken down into their place value, starting at ones, and we can go on forever. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions. It keeps going on and on. Now this one should be super easy. What do you guys know about addition? Raise your hand. Joseph, what do you know about addition?
Puts two numbers together to find a sum.
Yes, adding is when you put numbers together to find a sum. And today we are going to learn how to add 3-digit numbers, again using expanded form. What is expanded form? Expanded form is a way to write a number that shows the value of each digit. We break up numbers by their place value when we are writing a number in expanded form. So right here we have standard form, and this is how we normally write numbers. When we break numbers down into expanded form, we break them down by their place value. So for example, we have 625 in standard form. If we break it down into its place values, we have 600 for the hundreds, 20 for the tens, and 5 for the ones. So let's see, let's do the number real quick. 349. Can someone come up and show me how to write this number in expanded form? Joseph, you want to come up? You can just do it right under mine. Thank you, great job. We can see Joseph broke down 349 by its place values. 300 for the hundreds, 40 for the tens, and 9 for the ones. This is 349 in standard form, and this is expanded form. We are going to solve this problem using expanded form. We're going to add it, and we are going to go over the steps together. So everyone grab their whiteboards real quickly. Now I don't expect you to know how to do this right away, so we're going to go over the steps together. Let's start by writing our equation at the top. 362 plus 535 equals what? Our first step in adding 3-digit numbers using expanded form is to write both numbers in their expanded form. Make sure when you're doing this, you line up the numbers correctly by place value. So we have 362 broken up into its place values, hundreds, tens, ones, and right under it, lined up, we have 535 broken up into its hundreds, tens, and ones. Now, if you have multiple expo markers at your desk, you can break down the number in different colors like I'm going to do up here, but if you don't, it's fine to just do it in black and white. So 362 is hundreds, 300. The tens, 60. And the ones, 2. Now, you want to leave a little space when you're writing these numbers in expanded form. 535. Hundreds, we have 500. The tens, we have 30. And in the ones place, we have 5. That is our first step, writing both numbers in their expanded form. Step 2, draw lines to divide the hundreds, tens, and ones. Draw the equal sign and the operation symbol. What is our operation symbol going to be today? Joseph?
The addition sign.
The addition or the plus sign because we are adding. Then add the numbers in each column together. So we are going to draw lines to divide our hundreds, tens, and ones. And this is why it is important to line your numbers up when you are writing them in expanded form, or your lines are going to look super wonky. Draw that line under, put your equal sign, and your operation symbol. Now let's add these together. First we're going to add the hundreds. What is 300 plus 500? Joseph?
800.
800, that is correct. Now when you're doing this, you want to put a little plus sign. I know this kind of looks weird. What is 60 plus 30?
90.
90. Now let's add our ones, 2, and 5.
7.
7. And that is the second step done. Again, the second step is to draw lines to divide the hundreds, tens, and ones. Draw your equal sign and operation symbol, and then add the numbers in each column together. Our third step and final step is to write your answer back in standard form. So right here we have the number in expanded form, and we want to put it back into standard form. So what is 800 plus 90 plus 7?
897.
897. And there you go. We just added 3-digit numbers using expanded form. Now we're going to do some together. You already have your whiteboards out, so that's perfect. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Okay. The first numbers we're going to be adding, again, write this on the top just like you did with the last one. 524 plus 340. Now, our first step, let's see if we remember. Write the numbers in their expanded form, which is again, breaking them down into their place values. Let's break down first 524. What is the hundreds place in 524, Joseph?
500.
500. What is the tens place in 524?
20.
20. Of course, remember, leave a little space. Don't crunch them all together. And how about the ones?
4.
4. Now let's do 340. Remember, you want to line them up. What is the hundreds place in 340?
300.
300. What is in the tens place?
40.
And what is in the ones place?
Nothing.
Nothing. Now we still want to put a 0 there. That is very important. Even if there's a 0 in the place value, you still want to place it under their 0. Now, our second step, draw lines to divide your hundreds, tens, and ones. put your equal sign, put your operation symbol. And then add the place values together. What is 500 plus 300? Joseph.
800.
Yep, 800. 20 plus 40.
60.
Remember, you want to put that little addition sign. And finally, 4 plus 0 should be easy.
4.
4. Now our final step, let's write this number back in its standard form. What is this number back in its expanded or standard form, Joseph?
860.
864. Expanded form is a super easy way to add 3-digit numbers. Now let's do, clear your boards, we're going to do another one. 646 plus 223. What is our first step? Joseph, do you know what our first step is?
Put them into expanded form.
Put both numbers into expanded form. So for the hundreds, we have 600. For the tens, we have 40. And for the ones, we have 6. Now we have, remember, we want to line up our numbers. Joseph, do you want to come break down 223 into expanded form? You can use the same colors I used. So he's going to first write the hundreds, or what value goes in the hundreds place, 200. He's going to write what value goes in the tens place, 20. And he's going to write what value goes in the ones, 3. Perfect. And he lined them up neatly. Our second step, divide the hundreds, tens, and ones with lines, your equal sign, your operation symbol, which today is going to be a plus sign, and add them together. 600 plus 200.
800.
800. 40 plus 20.
60.
And finally, 6 plus 3.
9.
Our final step, write this back in standard form. And we all know that is 800 and what?
69.
869. Great job. We're going to do 2 more. Our next one is going to be 816 plus 173. I'm going to have you guys talk me through this one again. What is our first step?
Break it up.
Break it up into what?
Expanded form.
Break up each number into expanded form. 816 we're going to break up into 800. 10 and 6. And what will we break 173 up into?
170 and 3.
100 for the hundreds place. 70 for the tens place. And 3 for the ones. What is our next step?
Put your borders to divide them.
Yep.
And
Divide your place values with lines.
put the add symbol and the equal sign.
Our operation symbol, which is the plus sign today for addition, and our equal sign. Great job. And what's next?
Add them up.
Add the place values up. 800 plus 100.
900.
10 plus 70.
80.
6 plus 3.
9.
9. And what's this number in standard form? Our final step?
989.
989. Great job. Now we have one more. I'm going to erase this one up here. Right. I'm going to write the problem, and I want someone to come in front of the class and show us how it's done. So we're going to do 318 plus 181. Let's have Joseph come up and do this. You can use my colored expo markers and show us what he knows about adding 3-digit numbers in expanded form. So first, he looks like he's writing the numbers in expanded form. He has 300 for the hundreds, 10 for the tens, and 8 for the ones. Now he's breaking up 181, 100 for the hundreds place, 80 for the tens place, 1 for the ones place. And he wrote those neatly so that he can do his next step efficiently. Draw lines to divide your place values. He added his operation symbol and his equal sign. He's adding the place values together. 400 plus 90 plus 9. Now pause real quick. Ooh. What form is this in?
Expanded.
Expanded form. And what form are you putting it in now?
Standard.
Standard form. Great job. And there you go. 499. Now that we've done a lot of practice together, I'm going to pass out those worksheets that I was telling you about earlier. You're going to complete these independently, and remember to keep your objective goal in mind. Okay, now that you've completed these worksheets independently, we are going to review them really quickly. Sorry, okay. What is our first problem?
672 plus 325.
So this one actually has it broken down into expanded form for you. So you have 600, 72 plus 300 20 and 5. Then we're gonna divide with our lines. 990 and 7, and you should have got 997 for that first one. If you got it correct, leave it blank. If you got it incorrect, put an X over it. Can someone read aloud our next one?
231 plus 267.
Okay, so 231 plus 267. This is already done for you. You should have got 400 plus 90 plus 8, 498. So you should have got for the second one. What's our next one?
123 plus 724.
One more time, 123.
Plus 724.
$100, 23, 700, 24. I'm just gonna do it with this one right here. This is already done for you on the worksheet. You should have got 800 plus 40 plus 7, 847. What is our next one?
540 plus 413.
Step 1, break them down by their place values. 500, 40, and 0. If you didn't put this 0, I want you to mark it wrong because you still have to put the 0 even if there's nothing there. 400, 10, and 3, you should have got 900 plus 50 plus 3, and what's that?
953.
953. That's what you should have got for that one. Working our way back. What is our next problem?
716 plus 152.
Break it down by their place values, put them in expanded form. 700, 10, 6, 152. We're going to break down into 100, 50, and 2. Right. Now you don't really have to do this step on your worksheet because it already has all the boxes for you. What is the place values added together?
860 and 8.
And what's that?
868.
868. I have a feeling most of us have met our objective goal. What's our next problem?
219 plus 310.
Okay. Hundreds place.
200,
Tens.
10,
1.
9.
What about 310?
300
Is for what? Hundreds place, yes. Next.
10,
For what?
tens,
And
the 0 for the ones.
0. Have to put that 0. Let's add our place values.
500, 20, and 9.
This is expanded form. Standard form.
529.
Next problem. What is this next problem?
314 plus 553.
Let's have someone come do this one for us. Joseph. How about you talk us through it this time?
So break it down,
Into what?
expanded,
Expanded form, which is breaking the numbers down by their place values.
4, then for 553, $860 and then this is still expanded form, and this equals 867.
Great job. I know Joseph met his objective goal today. And this should be our last one we're going to review. What is our last problem?
447 plus 411.
One quick last review. 447, step 1 into adding these numbers using expanded form. Break down each number into its expanded form, which is breaking it down by place value. So 447 can be broken down into 400, 40 for the tens place, and for the ones place 7. 411 can be broken down into 400s for the hundreds place, 10 for the tens place, and 1 for the ones place. Again, on your worksheet, the lines and boxes are already there, but it's not up here for me. Your operation symbol equal sign. We're going to add the place values together. 800 plus 50 plus 8. This is still expanded form. You cannot give an answer like this. You have to give your answer in standard form. So 800 plus 50 plus 8 is 858. Now at the top of your paper, I want you to write how many you got correct. So if you only missed 1, you have 7 out of 8 correct. If you missed 2, you have 6 out of 8 correct. If you missed 3, 5 out of 8, so on, so on. And I want you to think, if you met your objective goal, how many do you need correct for our objective goal?
6.
If you got 6 out of 8 correct, you showed that you have a lot of knowledge about expanded form and adding 3-digit numbers using expanded form. Now we are going to go back to the very beginning of our class when we had our would you rather question. And I'm going to pass your index cards back to you, and I would like you to rethink your answers. Some of you may have put the correct answer. Some of you may have incorrectly put an answer. But here is our would you rather question. Would you rather have 362 cookies and 535 donuts, or 211 cookies and 722 donuts? This thing's hard to pull down, so I'm just going to hold it. And I don't want you to just give me your answer. I want you to prove to me why you chose that answer using expanded form. I want you to show your work. $362 cookies and 535 donuts, or 211 cookies and 722 donuts. Okay, I think Joseph has chosen his answer. Let's see. So first, it looks like Joseph chose choice 1. Let's add choice 1. So 362 cookies and 535 donuts. What would this look like as an equation? Joseph?
362 plus 535.
535. Okay, here we go again. Breaking down numbers by their place value. 362 could be broken down to 300 for the hundreds, 60 for the tens, and 2 for the ones. 535 could be broken down into 500 for the hundreds, 30 for the tens, and 5 for the ones. I see on Joseph's paper, he drew his lines. He put his operation symbol, he put his equal sign. He added the place values. We have 800, 90, and 7. And he wrote his answer back in standard form, 897. Now, how are we going to know if we chose the right answer if we don't also do the second equation? What will our second equation be? 211 cookies and 722 donuts. What does that look like as an equation?
211 plus 722.
Now, Joseph changed his answer from option 1 to option 2. So let's see if he made the right choice. We're going to break 211 down by its place values. 200, 10, and 1. 722, 700, 20, and 2. Let's add these place values. Joseph, what is the hundreds added together?
900.
What about the tens?
30.
And what about the ones?
3.
And that in standard form is 933. So for the first time I showed you this problem, Joseph chose choice 1. But he changed his answer to choice 2. Because after he added these numbers using expanded form, he realized that option 2 would actually be more treats. Now, we have one more thing to talk about before class ends. I want you to choose at least one of these questions and answer it on the back of your index card where the lines are. I either want you to compare and contrast using expanded form in 2-digit and 3-digit addition, or explain the 3 steps to using expanded form in addition. Again, compare and contrast using expanded form in 2-digit versus 3-digit addition, or explain the 3 steps to using expanded form in addition. And we are going to talk about those answers. This is an exit slip. So you must answer one. Okay, I'm gonna collect those. And I'll grade these later, but I just want to give you guys the answers so you guys know in your brain whether you got those correct. Now, if you answered these questions correct, you really mastered expanded form. So our first question was compare and contrast expanded form in 2-digit and 3-digit addition. So if we want to compare them, we're adding in both of them. We're putting 2-digit numbers together, or we're putting 3-digit numbers together. We're still breaking numbers down by place value. If we want to contrast 2-digit and 3-digit addition using expanded form, the difference might be that when we're adding 2-digit numbers, we'll only have to break down the numbers into tens and ones. But if we were adding with 3-digit numbers, we would have to break down the number into hundreds, tens, and ones. So when you're adding 3-digit numbers, you'll have to break down the number into more place values. And our other question was explain the 3 steps using expanded form. Step 1, you want to break down both numbers into their expanded form and line them up. Step 2 is to draw your lines dividing the hundreds, tens, and ones. Add your equal sign, add your operation symbol. Today was addition. Put all the place values together, add them together, and our final step was to write your answer back to standard form. Oh no.